Ladies and gentlemen, you might think, well, how can Elon Musk impeach Joe Biden? How is that even possible? Well, number one, Twitter was used to suppress and silence debate, discourse, discussion, dialogue. When that happens, you do not get the full story. The full story, of course, being the corruption and criminality within the Democratic Party. When you have the most influential political platform, okay, Twitter was able to actually create news. Morally superior, highly educated, wonderful liberal Democrats were able to take Trump's words and sensationalize them to a point where political momentum was generated on Twitter, okay? That won't happen anymore because there's no more content moderation team. I talked about that yesterday. He's fired almost the entire moderation team, which was composed of passionate Democratic Party partisans. So you're taking a platform that was able to silence any discussion of a major story, a breakthrough story linked to felonies, okay? They have not been able to accuse Trump in a court of law of any felony or any criminal activity. You could easily do that tomorrow when you have all of Hunter's emails and all of his suspicious action reports, the financial transactions deemed problematic by banks throughout the country. Okay? You have money flow, you have emails, you have a motive, you have obvious graft schemes. It's not just kickbacks. People are funneling hundreds of millions of dollars into corporations owned by Hunter, and Joe is benefiting. That's called graft. And Joe is forcing out a prosecutor on behalf of Hunter. Hit subscribe to this channel right now, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about the impeachment, and we're going to talk about Twitter's role and Elon Musk's role in impeachment. I want to read you Independent. Elon Musk says Twitter should release logs on censoring Hunter laptop story. New York Post, Twitter must come clean on censoring post's Hunter laptop story. Now, there are many articles, Fox News, Bazinga. Elon Musk says making internal Twitter conversations on Hunter laptop story public, necessary to restore trust. This is a huge paradigm shift, ladies and gentlemen. The pendulum is swinging towards Donald Trump. The reason that the real reason that Trump is disliked by, let's say, half the country or less than half the country, okay? And the reason that half the country admires Trump is that you have a lot of people, almost half or perhaps half the country, that are influenced by the intense media coverage, the 24/7 media narrative, that Trump is the embodiment of criminality. That's obviously not true. They couldn't indict him for anything, and they've had 7 years to do so, okay? If you put the same effort into looking into how Clinton set up private servers outside of the United States government, siphoning classified data and special access program intelligence, she would have already been indicted and convicted in a court of law. That's according to James Comey. Watch the short on this channel. He states laws were broken, but no reasonable prosecutor would indict. Watch the short on this channel. Watch my latest short, Republicans Should Thank God for Trump. If you want to support my work, my Patreon is below, next to right below in the pinned comment. And my the super thanks is also below, next to the like and the share buttons. And also, if you want to be part of a newsletter, it's contactgoodman88@gmail.com. Contactgoodman88@gmail.com. Just email me your email address. You'll be part of a newsletter to just inform you of uploads and live streams and articles that I've written. Ladies and gentlemen, Twitter, owned by Elon Musk, is very important because you won't get the suppression of information detrimental to the Democratic Party. The impeachment is going to show the entire country that the Bidens, Democrats in general, are extremely corrupt. They almost certainly committed criminal acts. Okay? Trump doesn't have that type of evidence against him. Trump has suspicion and innuendo and conjecture and hyperbole and leaps of logic leveled against him. With Trump, he pressured people in Georgia. Okay. You can't really impeach for pressuring an official, but they did. Okay. Even though that official, whose country is being invaded under Biden's watch, said that Trump never pressured him. Okay. But pressure can mean anything. It could mean something that's illegal, something that's not illegal. They didn't convict him on an actual crime, the first impeachment. You can convict Biden on the impeachment that's coming up. Okay, these are financial transactions that are linked to graft and potential bribery schemes. People are giving hundreds of millions to Hunter to influence foreign policy, or because they think they can influence foreign policy to benefit their purpose. And then there are foreign companies that Hunter was working with that are serving as intelligence fronts for intelligence agencies. That's according to the New York Post, Daily Mail, Federalist, other publications. And so you have a situation where if impeachment of Biden was taking place and the former Twitter, the same people who ran Twitter were running Twitter now, you wouldn't get any discussion. You wouldn't get any discussion about this. You wouldn't get any discussion about the details. Okay, you would be prevented by Twitter, and therefore and from Twitter you'd have other social media or platforms preventing discussion. You would not find out the corruption within the Democratic Party. 2 years ago, the New York Post was suspended. It was suspended because a true, legitimate story, journalists actually doing their job, came out, one of the most important stories in the history of American politics, that the son of a vice president and future president was funneling hundreds of millions of dollars into corporations from interests around the world, okay? Again, serving the interests of foreign countries and influencing the then vice president, who was meeting with these business associates after he lied to the American people, campaigning, saying, I never met with Hunter's business associates. And you had a laptop full of incriminating evidence. Okay, where's Trump's laptop? Where are Trump's emails? Okay, you never have this. When Democrats type their own emails, whether it's the DNC primary, cheating Bernie Sanders in a primary, or whether it's Hunter's laptop, you actually have evidence of criminality, actual crimes. Their own fingers type the evidence. With Trump, it's, oh, well, we think he did this and this happened, so therefore it's linked to Trump. And, and the 24/7 media coverage is why people despise Trump. It's not actually anything that he's done. Really, it's not. Like, has he been perfect? No. Has he said things that are offensive? Yes. But not as bad as Biden. Really, I mean, if you take what Biden has stated over the years, especially to Charlemagne the God, and amplify that and sensationalize that, it would be worse, much worse. Much worse. And, like, any faux pas, Jill Biden saying things about, like, breakfast, we can go on for, tacos. You can go on forever. And so Twitter was a huge part of that. The people who like Trump ignore that noise and nonsense. And they say, okay, I like his policies, or I like the way that he's going up against a very corrupt system. Trump is a pit bull, a Doberman, a Rottweiler. Those are all beautiful dogs, the loving dogs, but they will protect you. Okay? Some dogs won't protect you, but they will love you. Okay? Somebody tries to come into your home and you have, for example, a Doberman. that Doberman is going to protect the family. Okay? If you have another dog, okay, you might not get that same support when you need it the most. So Trump is like Trump stands between all the people trying to do things that make no sense at all. You can look at the economy, you can look at foreign policy, and you. And they say, well, DeSantis could do the same thing. I don't know if DeSantis could do the same thing. I don't know, because there was no DeSantis dossier. There was no 24/7 negative media coverage. So I'm going with Trump because Trump has proven himself in terms of policies and things he's able to accomplish. For people who don't understand that statement, they should probably look at the economy now and foreign policy now and compare it to 2019 when we had Trump before the last year of his presidency, when Twitter was used also to sensationalize everything. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe right now. Impeachment's going to take place. It's going to take place with the help of Twitter. Give me your thoughts below. Just with Twitter allowing discussion. And probably Elon Musk saying, hey, this is not right. Because he'll probably weigh in also. Give me your thoughts below. Thank you. Oh, and be here in a couple of hours.